How would you introduce Celia Dropkin to someone who didn't know anything about her?
As John himself capitalized, he said, an eminent Yiddish poetess. I'm translating it literally. Yeah.
And can you explain how your relation to her?
I married her son, who had been widowed, and I widowed a little earlier. And so that even though she was no longer alive, this is a year after she died, I'm officially, technically, a daughter-in-law, right?
So, can you tell me about this one meeting you had with her?
Yeah. So it was the summer I was widowed. I was up in what we call the Bungalow colony, which you may know. It should be part of every history of anybody who's written. And it was also a center of modern Yiddish writers at a local hotel. It was called Maud Summer Ray. And in this colony, I had a cottage with a sister, and the Dropkin family had a cottage somewheres. And one day I'm walking along the dirt path, and there is John Dropkin, who I'd met, of course, a little bit earlier, and he introduced me to this woman. He says, "This is my mother." And that was one introduction. And the same day, I went down to the swimming hole that we all enjoyed, and she's sitting on the banks, but I did not recall any conversation. But I know that she knew that I was widowed because, first of all, she looked at me very intently, and I caught a piece of conversation that her, what's the word in Yiddish? It's only in Yiddish for the mother of your children. Macheteneste. Isn't that a wonderful word? See, that's the value of Yiddish, that there are a good supply of that kind of language, right? Yeah. And I heard this Macheteneste saying to her, she's just been widowed, she has 2 little kids. And so Celia was looking at me. But I'm trying to recall, it was a very darkened look. That's my recollection now.